Good morning and welcome to 755 Live. About 5 minutes of what Jesus said. You can find a different command of Jesus every weekday at our Bible plan at bible.today.church. I would just encourage you to check that out. Not only the commands of Jesus are there, but some helpful resources as we read the Bible together and grow together following him. Jesus said, go make disciples by teaching them to obey all the things that I commanded you. And so these Jesus saids are just soundbite versions of the commands of Jesus so that we can not just learn about them, but also put them into action. If this is meaningful to you, if it's helpful, it would mean a lot to me and is also very helpful if you like it, if you share it, when you comment on social media. That just helps somehow, the algorithm and all that stuff that I don't quite understand. But your support means a lot. Today's Jesus said, he said, to be happy, crave justice and good. This comes from the Beatitudes. We'll talk more about that in a second. From Matthew 5:6. I'm going to read two different translations here because the Greek word actually has kind of a double meaning, and these two translations really show that. So Matthew 5:6 in the New Living Translation says, God blesses those who hunger and thirst for justice. Matthew 5:6 in the NET version says, blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they will be satisfied, or they will be filled. The word there that is translated justice in the one translation and righteousness in the other actually means both things. Jesus said the blessing here, to be happy, hunger and thirst, and we're using the word crave to represent that. To be happy, crave justice and good. So the Greek word that is translated justice and righteousness in those two different translations, one meaning of it means the state or the condition of being righteous, the condition acceptable to God, purity of life, correctness of thinking, feeling, and acting. Now, once again, it's not just a passive thing, it's active. But it also means justice, or the virtue which gives everyone what they deserve. And the meaning of this can't be taken out of the context. Jesus here in Matthew 5 is giving us what we call the Beatitudes. I like to call the Be Happies. And it's a blueprint for living in the kingdom, how to have that blessed, happy life. And this Beatitude is about craving, about hungering and thirsting for the goodness that is only found in God. Matthew 19:7, Jesus replied to someone who called him good. He said, why do you call me good? There is none good but God. That was reflecting the deity of Jesus, but also reflecting that all good things come from God. It is his goodness. It is his righteousness. And that righteousness includes justice. What does that justice look like? Well, I think we're told in Micah 6:8, where it says, he has told you, O man, what is good and what the Lord, what Yahweh really wants from you. He wants you to promote justice, to be faithful, and to live obediently before your God. Promoting justice is us walking in God's righteousness. That's what it is. Because when we are in his righteousness, we will see things his way, promoting goodness and justice. Unfortunately, in our society, even the definition of justice has been hijacked. We talk about social justice. We talk about, justice in many different ways. But actually, the only way that we can see true justice is to live obediently in the goodness and righteousness of God. And it's not easy. In fact, Jesus, later on in Matthew 5, he said, blessed are those who are persecuted for righteousness. Very same word that he uses there, righteousness and justice. For the kingdom of heaven belongs to them. What does the kingdom of heaven look like? Well, for us, we crave and hunger and thirst after the goodness and justice of God. That's his kingdom. And what do? Well, he told us, Micah 6:8. He wants us to promote justice and to be faithful by living obediently before God. Crave justice and good. That's what Jesus said. But he said to be happy, crave justice and good. Sometimes when we're stressed out, when we're not happy, we should look at, what are we craving? What are we hungering and thirsting after? Things of this world, or the justice and goodness that only comes through living in obedience? That's what Jesus said. Crave justice and good. That's how to be happy. How can we put that into action today?